Be honest with yourself for a moment. Have you ever looked in the mirror after getting a haircut and wondered, why do I look older instead of younger? It happens more often than you think, and the truth is simple. The wrong haircut can add years to your face, while the right one can easily take a decade off. After 60, that difference becomes even more noticeable. Hair isn't just hair, it's part of your personality, your confidence, and the way you show yourself to the world. As we grow older, our hair changes along with us. The texture shifts, the thickness changes, and even the way it frames the face becomes different. What looked beautiful at 40 might not flatter you the same way now. The good news is, you don't need surgery, expensive treatments, or a shelf full of products. Sometimes the right haircut alone is enough to refresh your whole appearance. In this video, I'm sharing 3 haircuts that instantly make women over 60 look brighter, softer, and more lively. I'll also show you 3 styles you should avoid because they can make you appear older or more tired without you even realizing it. This isn't about trying to look 25 again. It's about embracing your age with style and choosing haircuts that support your natural beauty instead of fighting against it. If you've ever felt unsure about what hairstyle actually suits you now, or if you feel stuck with the same old look, this video is for you. Stay until the end because I'll not only share the cuts, but also explain why certain shapes naturally make the face look more youthful and full of energy. First, let's understand why haircuts matter so much after 60. Our hair goes through changes just like the rest of our body. You may notice it becoming thinner, drier, or more delicate. This happens because our natural production of keratin and collagen slows down, and the scalp produces less oil. Even if you had thick, shiny hair for most of your life, it naturally changes in texture and volume as time passes. But it's not only about biology, it's also about how people see us. Research shows that the way hair frames the face has a strong impact on how others read our age, mood, and overall energy. A haircut that lifts around the cheekbones doesn't just flatter your features, it sends a small signal of positivity, brightness, and youth. On the other hand, heavy or outdated styles can drag the face downward and make you look tired or older than you feel. The important thing to remember is that a great haircut doesn't hide your age, it highlights your confidence. When your hair works with your natural features instead of hiding them, it brings out your elegance and shows the world that you are still full of personality, warmth, and life. Think of your haircut as the frame around your portrait. Change the frame and the entire picture feels renewed. That's why choosing the right haircut after 60 is more than appearance. It's self-care, self-love, and a way of expressing who you are. One of the most classic and flattering choices is the soft layered bob. Imagine a cut that brightens your face, adds movement to your hair, and removes the heavy, weighed down feeling that many women struggle with. That's exactly what a layered bob does. It's fresh, modern, and adaptable to almost every face shape. Why does it work so well? First, the layers help create natural movement and softness, which stops the hair from sitting flat. These layers add flow and dimension, lifting the face and smoothing areas like a soft jawline or fine lines near the mouth. This slight lift is something many women appreciate. Then there's the length. The most flattering layered bobs for mature women usually fall between the chin and just above the shoulders. This length frames the face without dragging it downward. A bob that falls just below the chin highlights the cheekbones, while one that reaches the collarbone adds elegance without feeling too dramatic. Bangs also make a difference. Soft, side-swept bangs paired with a layered bob can instantly make you look younger. They gently cover forehead lines and balance the face. Heavy bangs, however, can look too harsh or outdated. Lighter, wispy bangs open up the eyes and create a youthful, friendly look. Another reason the layered bob works beautifully is that it suits different hair textures. Fine hair gets more volume, thick hair becomes easier to manage, and wavy or curly hair gains definition. This style also sends a message. Hair with movement appears lively and energetic, while stiff one-length styles can look old-fashioned and dull. Styling is simple too. A layered bob usually needs low effort but still looks polished. You can blow dry for a smooth look, add soft curls for extra volume, or just air dry for a relaxed, natural style. Adding highlights or lowlights to the layers creates depth and makes thinning hair appear fuller. The real beauty of this haircut is how confident it makes you feel. Another great haircut for instantly appearing younger is the pixie with volume. Some women think a pixie is too short, but when it's cut properly, it can be one of the most flattering styles for women over 60. As we age and hair becomes thinner, a well-shaped pixie adds structure and lift exactly where it's needed. Layers on top create the illusion of thicker hair, giving the face a slightly lifted look, almost like a subtle facelift without any procedure. A pixie also highlights your best features. It draws attention to your eyes, cheekbones, and smile. It frames your face in a way that says, "I'm confident, stylish, and embracing myself." But not every pixie works. Very short or sharp cuts can look too hard and may emphasize lines instead of softening them. The secret is keeping the style soft and textured. Feathered ends and layered tops make styling easier. A gentle side-swept fringe softens the forehead, and tapered sides give the neck a longer, elegant appearance. Styling this cut is simple. A little mousse or texturizing cream adds lift that lasts all day. You can make it playful by tousling it or smooth it down for a more refined evening look. Color can also enhance the style. Highlights or lowlights add depth to the layers and create the impression of fuller hair. Even embracing your natural silver can look stylish and modern with the right pixie cut. Think of women like Judi Dench or Jamie Lee Curtis. Their pixie haircuts don't age them, they make them iconic. Psychologically, a soft pixie cut sends a message of energy and openness. Short, well-kept hair is seen as lively, confident, and youthful. If you've had long hair for many years, it may begin to draw attention downward or highlight signs of aging around the eyes, mouth, or jawline. A pixie with volume does the opposite by lifting and freshening your whole look. Another issue is that a very close-cropped haircut can sometimes come across as too sharp or too masculine if it isn't softened with some texture. It gives off a feeling of strictness instead of gentleness. Because of that, it can unintentionally make you look older or tougher than you actually are. Here's something important to keep in mind. Many women choose this haircut because it feels practical. It's easy to wash, low maintenance, and needs almost no styling, and that makes perfect sense. But being practical doesn't mean you have to give up style. There are many simple, low-effort cuts that still add movement, softness, and a younger look. So, what's a better option? If you enjoy short hair, try a soft pixie with layers and some volume instead of a very tight crop. Layers add gentle texture that softens your face, and keeping a little length around the crown or sides gives you more styling freedom. Even a light side-swept fringe can help balance the look and keep it from seeming too harsh. This matters on a psychological level too. An overly severe crop can give the impression that you no longer care about style, when in truth you may only want convenience. Choosing a softer version keeps the easy wash-and-go routine, yet still shows vibrancy, personality, and confidence. If you've been thinking about getting an ultra-short, sharp cut, pause for a moment and ask yourself whether it highlights your best features or if it unintentionally draws attention to areas you'd prefer to soften. The good news is that adding just a little length and texture keeps all the convenience of short hair while giving a more flattering, youthful result. The second haircut that can accidentally age women over 60 is long, heavy, one-length hair. Let me be clear, there's nothing wrong with wanting long hair. Many women love their length, and it can look beautiful at any age. But the problem isn't the length itself. The issue is when hair is kept all at one length with no layers, no shape, and no movement. Why does this matter? First, heavy straight-across cuts pull the face downward. Instead of adding lift or softness, they exaggerate gravity. If your features have softened or your jawline is less defined, a heavy one-length cut only makes that more obvious. Second, long hair with no layers exposes thinning ends. As we grow older, hair naturally becomes finer and more delicate. When it's kept as one solid block, the fragile ends can look stringy or lifeless. Instead of framing the face with brightness, the style can make the overall look seem tired or neglected. Third, it can appear outdated. Even though classic styles never go out of fashion, long hair with no shape often reads as stuck in the past. It can suggest you haven't updated your style, even if that isn't true. I understand why many women hold on to their long hair. For a lot of people, long hair feels feminine, familiar, and comforting. Changing it can feel intimidating, but here's the encouraging part. You do not have to cut it all off to look fresh and youthful. So what can you do instead? If you love your length, keep it, but add some layers and shaping. A long layered cut or a modern shag with soft feathered ends instantly transforms the look. Layers take away heaviness and bring back movement. They draw the eyes upward instead of dragging them down. With the right amount of layering, even fine hair can look fuller and more lively. Adding soft highlights or lowlights also brings depth, making long hair appear healthier and more dimensional. And if you are open to bangs, gentle curtain bangs or light side bangs help balance the length and frame the face beautifully. Psychologically, this kind of update is powerful. Long, heavy, one-length hair often shows that you're holding on. Adding shape, texture, and dimension shifts the message to one of renewal. You're not losing femininity, you're refreshing it, showing confidence and growth. A few soft layers can help you look and feel years younger without giving up the length you love. The third haircut to be careful with is what many stylists call helmet hair or the overly stiff bob. You've likely seen it before. It's perfectly set, sprayed heavily, and barely moves even in strong wind. It often has a hard, rounded shape that sits on the head like a helmet. While it may feel neat, tidy, and polished, this style can unintentionally make you look older. Why is that? First, it lacks natural movement. Hair that doesn't move gives off a feeling of being stuck. It can make you seem less approachable, less lively, and more serious than you truly are. Hair is supposed to shift and show personality. A style without movement can make your overall presence seem rigid. Second, it can overpower the face. A helmet-type shape removes the natural contours and frames the face in a way that feels unnatural. It doesn't soften the features and can highlight lines instead of smoothing them. Third, it limits your styling options. Unlike layered or textured cuts, the rigid bob doesn't let you change your look for different moods or events. This can make your hair feel restrictive instead of expressive. Instead, think about trying a softer bob or a textured bob with gentle layers. Light layering around the face helps open it up and makes the style feel lighter and more up to date. A soft chin-length bob with a bit of inward movement flatters many face shapes. Even adding a little wave or curl at the ends can make a huge difference, adding personality, lift, and youthful energy. In the end, the right haircut can strongly influence how youthful, bright, and confident you appear. Long layered shags, soft pixies, and textured bobs bring life, softness, and movement, while harsh crops, heavy one-length styles, and helmet-type bobs can age the face or create a sharp impression. Think about what your hair is saying. Does it express movement, energy, and openness, or is it adding weight, stiffness, or harsh lines? Choosing cuts with softness, layers, and lift allows you to keep your personality, your length, and your elegance without losing that youthful glow. Color, highlights, lowlights, bangs, and small waves all add dimension and depth to your hair. In the end, the best haircut is one that moves naturally with you, suits your features, and reflects the confident, lively woman you are at any age. The difference isn't only in the style itself, it's in how it makes you feel, how it shapes your face, and how it shows your energy. Hair is more than just a style. It's a message that says you are full of life, style, and confidence. And that age is simply a number. The pixie with volume gives a graceful modern transformation that feels timeless without making you look older than you are. Movement and texture in hair show spirit, lightness, and youthfulness, the qualities we naturally want to highlight as we get older. Also, this overly structured bob often feels outdated. It was very popular in past decades, but beauty trends change, and what once looked elegant can now seem old-fashioned. Wearing a cut strongly linked to another era can make you appear older, even if your clothes and makeup are current. Finally, helmet-style hair can make the face look harsher because it frames the head so tightly. It highlights sharp lines and creates a box-like outline that can take away softness instead of adding it. Instead of softening fine lines and lifting your features, it can actually make them stand out even more. I want to pause for a moment and recognize why many women choose this style. It gives convenience, control, and a sense of safety. It feels predictable, neat, and easy to handle. Once you set it, you don't have to think about it again. But the downside is that it loses softness, natural movement, and that modern feel that matters if you want to look youthful. So what can you try instead? Rather than wearing a stiff bob, try a more updated layered bob with texture and gentle movement. Ask your stylist to shape layers that soften your face and avoid a perfectly stiff curve. Even small changes like a side part or lightly messy styling can instantly refresh your look. Adding soft highlights can also break up that helmet look, creating depth and dimension instead of one strong block of color. Most importantly, allow a little imperfection. Hair that moves, shifts when you turn, and looks soft to touch sends a message of energy and confidence. From a psychological point of view, this matters more than we realize. Hair that is too stiff can give the impression of a rigid personality. Closed, formal, and unwilling to change, but hair that flows shows warmth, openness, and life. These qualities never go out of style and always read as youthful. So if you've held on to a helmet bob for many years, maybe now is the moment to adjust it with a few small tweaks. By adding layers, loosening the shape, and softening the texture, you can keep the polish you like while enjoying a look that feels modern, light, and naturally young. Now that we've talked about haircuts that can make you look younger and the ones that might add age, it's time to answer the question every woman over 60 eventually asks: how do I pick the right cut? The truth is, there is no single answer. The best haircut for you depends on three main things: your face shape, your hair texture, and your daily routine. Let's begin with face shape. If you have a round face, layers that add height at the top can help your face look longer. If your jawline is square or sharp, soft layers around the edges or side-swept bangs can soften it. If your face is long or narrow, a cut that adds width and movement around the sides can balance it. Think of your haircut as the frame around a picture. The right frame supports the artwork, it doesn't fight with it. Next comes hair texture. If your hair is fine or thinning, shorter layered cuts can make it appear fuller and give more lift. If your hair is thick, you may need to remove some weight with thoughtful layers so it doesn't overpower your face. And if you have natural waves or curls, enjoy them. A skilled stylist can shape those curls into layers that bounce and move instead of frizzing or falling flat. The third factor, often forgotten, is lifestyle. Ask yourself how much time you want to spend styling your hair every day. If you enjoy trying new looks, you may like a layered shag that can be curled, tousled, or smoothed. If you want something simple, a layered bob or a pixie with volume might be better, since both look tidy with very little effort. The best haircut is not just about how it looks, it's about how easily it fits into your life. Here's something I really want you to keep in mind. It's totally alright to bring pictures to your stylist. In fact, it helps a lot. Sometimes it's hard to explain exactly what you're imagining, but showing a picture makes it much easier for your stylist to understand the style you want. Don't hesitate. This is your hair, your confidence, and your way of expressing your personality. Another helpful tip is not to ignore regular trims. Even the best haircut can lose shape after a couple of months. Keeping your ends fresh and your layers clear can be the difference between a tired style and a youthful, polished look. And finally, remind yourself that your haircut isn't about hiding your age. It's about embracing it with style. The right cut should make you feel bright, confident, and comfortable in your own skin. When you feel good about your hair, it shows in your smile, your posture, and the way you carry yourself. So when you sit in the salon chair, think less about what you should hide and more about what you want to highlight. That small shift in thought can change not only your hair, but also how you feel inside. Let's step back and look at something deeper. The psychology of a youthful haircut. When we refresh our hair, we're not only changing what we see in the mirror, we're changing how we feel within. A haircut that suits your features and adds softness doesn't just make you look younger. It makes you move differently. You smile more, stand straighter, and naturally show confidence and life. Experts say that when we feel good about our appearance, we socialize more, explore more, and even feel happier. The right haircut is not just physical. It can spark creativity, joy, and renewed energy. The best part is that it isn't about removing years. It's about showing who you are today, strong, vibrant, and full of life. A youthful haircut does not hide your age, it celebrates it. We've talked about the cuts that can make you look younger, the ones to avoid, and how to choose a style that truly works for you. At the core of it all, remember this: your haircut is not about chasing youth. It's about showing the best version of yourself. The right cut can highlight your features, soften what you want to soften, and most importantly, give you the confidence to shine at any age. If there's one message you carry with you, let it be this: aging isn't about disappearing. It's about growing with grace, beauty, and a hint of boldness. Sometimes the right haircut is the spark that reminds you of the lively woman you have always been. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this encouraged you, don't forget to subscribe, share it with a friend who might need a confidence lift, and leave a comment telling me which haircut you feel ready to try.